Hello, my name is Desmond. This is a topic called sanitation and safety. I would like to talk about professionalism. Professionalism is an attitude that reflects pride in the quality of your work. One of the most important ways of demonstrating professionalism, pride, is in the area of sanitation and safety. Pride in quality is reflected in your appearance and work habits. So, poor hygiene, poor grooming, and personal care and sloppy work habits are nothing to be proud of. Even more important, poor sanitation and safety can cost a lot of money. Poor food handling procedures and unclean kitchens cause illness, unhappy customers, and even fines, summonses, and lawsuits. Food spoilage raises food costs. Poor kitchen safety results in injuries, medical bills, and work days lost. Finally, poor sanitation and safety work habits show lack of respect to your customers, your fellow workers, and to yourself. So in this chapter, we will study the causes of foodborne diseases and kitchen injuries, and we will learn ways of preventing them. Prevention is the most important thing to learn. So, sanitation. Rules of personal hygiene and sanitary food handling were not invented just to make your life difficult. There are good reasons for all of them. Instead of starting this chapter with lists of rules, we first talk about the causes of foodborne diseases. So, food hazards. Preventing foodborne illness is one of the most important challenges facing every food service worker. In order to prevent illness, a food worker must understand the sources of foodborne diseases. Most foodborne illness is the result of food that has been contaminated. To say a food is contaminated means it contains harmful substances not originally present in it. Therefore, any substance in food that can cause illness or injury is called a hazard. Food hazards are of 4 types: biological hazard, chemical hazard, physical hazard, and allergens. Note better. Most foodborne illness is caused by eating food contaminated with foreign substances. Some illness is caused not by contaminants, but by substances that occur naturally in foods. These include plant toxins, such as the chemicals in poisonous mushrooms, and certain natural food components to which some people are allergic. Let us then head to pathogens. The most important kind of biological hazards to consider are microorganisms. A microorganism is a tiny, usually single-celled organism that can only be seen with a microscope. 4 kinds of microorganisms can contaminate food and cause illnesses, which are bacteria, virus, fungi, and parasites. Bacteria, they are found everywhere, in the air, in the water, on the ground, on our food, on our skin, inside our bodies. Scientists have various ways of classifying and describing these bacteria. As food workers, we are interested in a way of classifying them that may be less scientific but is more practical to our work. So, classification of bacteria. Number 1, we have harmless bacteria. They are neither helpful nor harmful to us. Most bacteria fall into this category. We are not concerned with them in food sanitation. So the second one, we have beneficial bacteria. These are bacteria that are helpful to us. For example, many live in the intestinal tract where they fight harmful bacteria aid in the digestion of food and produce certain nutrients. In food production, bacteria make possible the manufacture of many foods, including cheese, yogurt. The other type of bacteria we are going to discuss about the undesirable bacteria. These are the bacteria that are responsible for food spoilage. They cause souring, putrefying, and decomposition. These bacteria may or may not cause disease, but they offer a built-in safety factor. They announce their presence by means of sour odors, sticky or slimy surfaces, and discoloration. So as long as we use common sense and follow the rule that says, when in doubt, throw it out, we are relatively safe from this bacteria. We are concerned with the undesirable bacteria for two reasons. They cause food spoilage, which costs money. Food spoilage is a sign of improper food handling and storage. This means the next kind of bacteria we are going to discuss is probably. We have the last type of bacteria, which is the disease-causing bacteria or the pathogens. These are the bacteria that cause most foodborne illnesses, and we are most concerned with it. So pathogens do not necessarily leave detectable odors or taste in food. In other words, you can't tell if food is contaminated by smelling, tasting, or looking at it. The only way to protect food against the pathogenic bacteria is to provide proper hygiene and sanitary food handling and storage techniques. So we will therefore move to bacterial growth. Bacteria multiply by splitting in half under ideal conditions for growth. They can be in double number for every 15 to 30 minutes. This means that one single bacterium could multiply to 1 million in less than 6 hours. So conditions for growth. We have number one, food. Bacteria requires food to grow, just like any other organism. Foods with sufficient amounts of protein are best for bacterial growth. This include meats, poultry, fish, dairy products, and eggs, as well as some grains and vegetables. So number two, we have moisture. Bacteria require water to absorb food. Therefore, dry foods do not support bacterial growth. Foods with a very high salt or sugar content are also relatively safe because they make the bacteria unable to use the moisture present. Temperature. Bacteria grow best at warm temperatures. Temperatures between 5 degrees Celsius and 57 degrees Celsius promote the growth of decaying bacteria. This temperature range is called the food danger zone. The next condition, we have the acidity or alkalinity. Bacteria like neutral environment, neither too acidic nor too alkaline. The acidity or alkalinity of a substance is indicated by a measurement called pH scale. The scale ranges from 0, which is strongly acidic, to 14, which is strongly alkaline. A pH of 7 is neutral. Pure water has a pH of 7. The next condition is the oxygen. Those bacteria that require oxygen to grow are called the aerobic. Some bacteria are anaerobic, which means they can only grow if there is no air present, such as in metal cans. The other condition is the time. When bacteria are introduced to a new environment, they need time to adjust to the surrounding before they start growing. This time is called the lag phase. If other conditions are good, the lag phase may last 1 hour or somewhat longer.